Today's question is, what's the best time of the season to get a coach? Can I wait until a couple months before the race and get a coach? Should I get a coach a year before I'm planning on doing a big race? When should I actually reach out and get a coach? And this one is I always find a really interesting question because for me, the best thing is when I start working with a new athlete, having the most time possible before a big important race is the absolute best, most beneficial way to do it, because there's a lot of different types of training to pack in. And kind of the order that we generally do training for an ultra race is we start the season doing some max intensity stuff, so high intensity intervals. Through the middle of the season, we do some more kind of longer threshold intervals, tempo runs, that type of thing. And then in the last couple of months just before a race, we do lots of volume, we do lots of long runs. So the thing that's kind of an interesting thing to kind of keep in mind is that if you just got to wait till just before your race to get a coach, long runs, there's not a lot of variability in there. You get out, you run for a long period of time. Yes, you'll definitely get help dialing in some of your nutrition and some of your pacing and some of your gear and whatnot. But really, the time to fine tune things is when you're far out and you can work on kind of optimizing some of this stuff early on in the season. And the other thing too is when you first start working with a coach, there's always a little bit of a learning curve. Like the coach is learning you, you're learning the coach, you're learning the system, and it always takes like just a little bit of time to kind of get that figured out and find stability and find balance in terms of what works for both individuals. So having the most amount of time possible to do that before a big important race is really key. If you're kind of jumping on right before a race, really most of the training's already been done and there's not a lot of a difference that can be made. So kind of trying to pick something, like pick a race and then get a coach right away once you have that race kind of on the horizon. And like in a perfect world, if I have kind of 20 to 26 weeks out from a race to start working with an athlete, that's the absolute best. Obviously, there's lots of circumstances where that's not quite going to happen, but the longer that you can work with a coach before an important race, the absolute better that it is. And yeah, if you ever have questions, you can always let us know.